Starting recording. There we go. Welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds podcast with you. We're actually all here this time with your host, Mike, Chris. No. Mikey, Tim, and the two Chris's. Okay.
We got a full stack today.
Hot dog.
We're coming, from a COVID-free environment.
Three of us are.
No, two of you.
What? Oh.
Because I'm with Kimberly.
Where are you going to go? You can't be bringing shit to work, Chris.
She's still positive?
No, she's not. She's for quarantine.
Oh, okay.
See, I don't know if I should even go back to the apartment now.
That's what I just said. You can't bring that shit to work.
Yeah.
They will quarantine you for 2 weeks.
Well,
but if he says he already has it, he doesn't really know, but he's as close as you can get to it without getting it.
Yeah, twice now.
I think I'm as close as you could get to it without getting it.
I'd make Mikey take all your clothes, put them in the washing machine downstairs, and then you throw them in the dryer, and then you leave. That's exactly what I would do.
Well, the thing was,
I say, Mikey, you take all your clothes and you just burn them. Go buy new clothes.
Before I left vacation, so all my laundry's at my parents' house. Well, not all my laundry, but a lot of my.
I'd go there.
Fire will cleanse your sins.
I know we didn't have a podcast last week, but that was because I was on the road. Wanted to record it. I need to teach one of you guys how to edit.
He was on vacation.
I was on vacation. I went to the.
That's what I said.
I went to the what's it called? The National Air Force Museum in Dayton.
How is that?
Cincinnati Zoo. Those two were cool. The letdown was the Cincinnati, or I should say the Newport Aquarium, which is just south in Cincinnati. That was lame.
Is it in Kentucky, like across the river?
Yeah, it's just across the river.
But the Cincinnati Zoo is good?
Yeah, Cincinnati Zoo was pretty good. I got to see I got to dap up, rest in peace to Harambe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
And then I got to see that hippo, the famous hippo.
Henrietta?
What was it, Kimberly?
From the New Zoo Review?
Fiona.
Oh, Fiona. I was excited. I thought it was Henrietta from the New Zoo Review.
The what?
The New Zoo Review. It's just, never mind.
You show your age here, Chris.
I know, right?
Did people leave flowers next to Harambe or like memorials stuff?
They have no memorial there for Harambe.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
Protest.
Didn't they shoot Harambe?
Yeah,
they shot him.
That's
dead.
why they don't have a memorial for Harambe. They took him out.
It was in cold blood.
It was a mob.
He was innocent. He was innocent.
We need to go back to 2016 and save Harambe.
What happened?
Died. This country.
What happens when you climb in a cage with a gorilla? I tell you right now, he whoops your ass. End of story.
Yeah.
Well, didn't that guy just
his hands
at the
were
San
up.
Diego Zoo take his toddler into the elephant?
With the lion. No, it's a lion, right?
No, it was an elephant.
I thought it was lion.
No, it was an elephant.
I'm pretty sure it was lion because Kat has a whole special about the San Diego Zoo.
No, this just happened like last week.
Oh, okay. San Diego Zoo screwed up.
Harambe's hands were up. He was innocent. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man arrested after taking his toddler into an elephant enclosure. That was 7 days ago.
What? Why?
But he was smart because this elephant came charging up, right?
He threw his kid at it?
Nope, he took away his credit cards.
He threw what?
He took away his credit cards. That's how you stop a charging elephant. Take away his credit cards.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that went over 3 heads right there.
Gosh, you guys are
more like 20 heads, for our 20 listeners.
So the guy was arrested. He grabbed his kid and got out of there. because he's charged with child cruelty and is currently being held on $100,000 bail. So don't take your kid into the elephant enclosure either, or any kind of enclosure. We do not recommend taking your kids and taking them into any kind of enclosure at any zoo whatsoever.
That has a wild animal in it. Huh?
Unless you're invited in there, the ones that let you go in and pet the animals.
Everybody's petting bears.
I wanted to pet the meerkats at the zoo. Those things are cute.
I always like the monkeys.
The red ass monkeys.
No, I guess any kind of monkey. I guess I just like to watch them. They always act like monkeys.
At Busch Gardens in Tampa, you can go into like where the tiger thing is, and you can go through this tunnel, and you can pop your head up, and little dome thing, you're in the surrounded by plexiglass in the tiger enclosure.
I think when I went to Disney, whatever it was, like 12 years ago, my brother swam with a shark.
That'd be cool.
And
there's a whole movie based on not swimming with sharks.
There's a couple of them.
It's called Jaws.
My brother was like, so the guy was like, just he already ate. Don't worry about it. Just get in, swim, and try not to look like food. My brother is, or at the time, he is a little bigger, so he looked like a rotisserie chicken. And I was like, oh, there goes my brother. It was nice knowing him.
Yeah, that's something I probably wouldn't do.
Yeah,
I'd swim with dolphins maybe, but
dolphins will stick it in your butt.
That would be.
That's why I said I'd swim with them. No,
don't go swimming in with an alligator either. They will drag you under and then save you for later, like that little kid at Disney World.
They're prehistoric killers. Alligators.
I don't. This is my theory. I will not go swimming in the ocean because I don't want to get bit by a shark. I don't want to get eaten by a shark because you know what? Sharks don't come up and sharks do not come up on land and invade our environment. Why do I have to go into their environment?
Have you ever even seen an ocean? Have you been to the ocean?
I lived in Florida for 25 years.
So you know
I saw it at least a dozen times because I went to the beach like a dozen times when I lived in Florida.
At least once.
I will agree that I'm not.
I lived an hour.
I'm not much of an ocean guy either, and I was always like, oh yeah, I'm kind of safe, like being so north. And then somebody was like, yeah, Jaws was filmed like in our harbor, right? And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, yeah, like right in Buzzards Bay, like that's where Jaws was filmed. And I'm like, oh shit, I ain't going in no Buzzards Bay anymore.
I lived an hour from Daytona Beach. Actually, I lived in the middle of the state, so I was an hour from the Gulf of Mexico and an hour from Daytona Beach. So there you go.
You probably went to Daytona.
I went to Daytona every once in a while. I'm just not a beach guy.
I'm not worried about sharks. It's like jellyfish. I don't want to fuck with.
I've been stung by a jellyfish before.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Sucks balls.
You got pee on yourself.
Remember when
I could at least punch a shark in the nose or something, but a jellyfish
it'll eat your hand.
That's okay. I'll fight.
This is a true story.
I won't fight a jellyfish.
He's right. Tim is right. So my dad, when he was younger, he lived next to this guy, and he only had one arm. And so they asked him what happened. Like, why did he only have one arm? He was on the USS Indianapolis.
Ooh.
And when the boat went down, they told them when in their training, if any sharks came near them, if they happened to, have to get off the boat and be in the water, to splash water at them. And that will scare the shark away.
So that's wrong.
No, well, duh, because the guy lost his arm because of it.
Yeah.
So, that's a true story. That my dad told me that story a couple years ago. His neighbor was on the Indianapolis and lost his arm to a shark because he was splashing the water to scare him away.
Of course, splash their own element at them. They'll get scared.
I don't know what the do they test that theory before they sent the sailors out to sea,
They tested it
That's
on those
like-
little sharks, the like tiny ones.
Right.
That's like surfers wearing all black wetsuits because they look like seals. Like that's not a good idea either. That's why they always get bit.
Like we're like bright green, bright yellow.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
it worse because then they just look like bright fish. Surfers just get eaten by sharks. It's
Yeah, just don't surf.
just don't surf. Unless you're a bank robber, and then you can finance your in the summer. Keanu and Patrick Swayze.
I was gonna say, is that a Point Break
Yeah,
reference?
it is Point Break. It's a very good, very good. Yes,
The
Point Break.
remake sucked.
Well, you don't remake greatness. I just throw that out there. You like Karate Kid, that ate ass. Point
I'm like,
Break.
wait, is that a movie?
Well,
That ate
Red.
ass? I go,
The,
what?
Dredd- the Judge Dredd movie was better. The new one.
yes, it
Oh,
was.
what? The one with Carl Urban is fantastic.
That's a
I
great one.
love that movie.
That's because you're sucking his dick. That's why you can.
Carl Urban is a
he-
gift.
Carl Urban could just he would just walk into a bathroom and pee and walk back out, and Tim would watch that all day long and just talk about how wonderful his pee stream
You
was.
do that for Zac Efron.
That's not
Why?
the point.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever mentioned Carl Urban.
But he was in Star Trek, so
Which
The
Star
crappy
Trek?
Star Trek.
Oh, what,
those
the
are
new
good
ones?
Star Treks.
I've only seen like one of those movies. Okay.
They're not bad. They're actually not that
The
bad.
If
first
anything-
one's good.
If anything, what I know Carl Urban from is from the Chronicles of Riddick.
But what about the boys?
What, the Amazon show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
no,
Doom.
I saw Doom,
Yeah.
but that was obviously after.
Speaking of
Carl
Doom,
Urban
the
is really
Netflix Doom movie's actually pretty like low key, really good.
The what?
There's a Netflix Doom movie. I think it's
The
called
Rock
like Doom
make a
Eternal.
movie?
It's low key, really good.
Really?
Yeah. They pull a Netflix and make Doom guy a Doom girl, but I can live with that. It's pretty good.
Huh.
I'll be darned.
Interesting.
Oh, I watched this documentary about the girl who was Punky Brewster.
Who?
She was Punky Brewster.
I don't know who Punky Bruce.
Soleil Moon Frye. She was Punky Brewster. It was this TV series in the 80s. And when she
I
was,
know who Punky Brewster was.
she documented like her whole teenage life, like on video camera. And she kept all of her voicemails. And she was friends with all these like famous kids, like Brian Austin Green from 90210 and Jonathan Brandis, and he hung himself. And she lost her virginity to a famous actor. I will not say because I don't want to spoil it. It's called Kid 90. I think it's on Hulu. It's a really good documentary. And she was talking about how she developed early, and everybody wanted her to be Punky Brewster because she had these huge boobs. Nobody would take her seriously as an actress anymore. So she had breast reduction surgery at like 16. And now she's got a new Punky Brewster series on the Peacock. So, but it's a good documentary. It's not like an hour and 10 minutes long. It's called Kid 90. Kid
Huh.
90.
Speaking of documentaries, I watched Free Solo.
Is that the guy that
nuts?
climbs
Yeah.
rocks by
Yeah.
himself?
Yep.
Like,
No, he climbs. It's centered around him climbing El Capitan or whatever that mountain in whatever. He was climbing a huge mountain without ropes. It's at, I think he said 2,500 meters. I want to say. I hope that's right. But it is wild. Like, it's really it's really interesting. But when he's talking about what kind of grips he has to make to apply pressure on the mountain for him to climb, like my hands are starting to sweat right now just talking about it because it was so much anxiety. Like he was like these tiny like finger holds, like half of his thumb would only fit on there, and like the only thing like holding him up would be his feet, really, and his hands would help his feet keep pressure, and then he'd have to move one foot. So it's only at one. Sometimes it's just only one foot keeping him on the mountain, and it's just like if that slips,
Seriously?
yeah, like he's dead. I mean, it's just like it is wild. It is wild. I highly suggest it, but of course I mean he did climb it. I mean they have a story to tell, but it was yeah, it is crazy. There's no way I would do that.
That's nuts. That's the last thing I
Nope,
watched. Was
nuts.
That's on Disney Plus if you
What?
want to watch it.
What is?
I
Free
was
Solo.
trying to.
Oh,
I was trying to do a good transition, but it kind of flopped like all my transitions. Oh, Oregon State beat Loyola. Sweet.
I had them at plus 6.5. It doesn't matter.
I did. No, I took the money line, but I bet on Oregon State beating Loyola. Where are they going? Oh yeah, the 4-hour long Justice movie is pretty crazy.
Sure is. 4 hours is pretty crazy. It was worth it.
I don't hear any more shit about how The Godfather is too long of a movie ever again.
It
in
is
the
too long
history of
when
movies.
nothing's happening.
You can kiss my ass. There's plenty happening there. So
There's plenty of ass.
I was just gonna say there's plenty of ass. Damn it.
But anyways, did you guys? I don't even know where I was going.
Did Tim ever watch it?
no,
Well,
he's
then
just
no.
too busy trashing it without watching it first. Kind of like
I didn't trash it. I just said I would rather watch a Marvel movie than
I'd rather
a
watch a movie.
4-hour
What?
DC movie.
That's not what you said. You're being nice now.
I forgot what I said, okay?
I do too, but I know it wasn't very nice.
See?
You're like, I'm not gonna waste my time. It had to do with crap or something like that. So.
Oh no.
But I thought it was awesome. The movie.
Yeah, you would think it's awesome, you DC fanboy.
I do, and I am a DC fanboy. But it was basically the same movie, but it was not the same movie, and that's what I liked about it. What I remember reading was now I've beef with Joss Whedon. Now I think Joss Whedon, hasn't had anything good since the Avengers, the first Avenger movie. And even then, he's hit or miss with most of his stuff. That kind of goes to our conversation we were having pre-show, Tim, about, is the director actually do anything, or is he kind of useless?
Well, I know they're not like useless, but I was just wondering like how much they really
contribute.
Contribute, or if they're just the person that yells cut.
No, they do contribute. I mean, Clint Eastwood people love working with Clint Eastwood because of how he directs and how he takes ideas from the actors and he's very easygoing and he knows what he's doing. So the director's like huge part of
Huge.
But like we said, a great actor or a great director cannot save a shitty movie, as we found out with Solo.
But going back, so Solo was
stop! It's awful. It's the biggest giant turd of the whole Star Wars universe.
It's a good thing it's called Solo, because it can be alone forever.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even count it as a Star Wars movie. If I'm introducing Star Wars to somebody, I will never introduce them to that giant turd.
You'll never even mention it.
No,
Say it.
Never even mention it. I will let them watch the Star Wars holiday special before I'll let them watch that.
Okay, hold up now. Don't put that on them.
Maybe the Ewoks Battle for Endor movie with Wilford Brimley. I might put that on them before I would put on Solo.
You could just start them with Clone Wars.
But going back to the 4-hour Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. It's a good movie.
It was great. The animation was so much better. You didn't have the weird Henry Cavill face because they had to CGI his mustache off because he was doing that Mission Impossible movie.
I don't remember that much seeing it the first time versus seeing it this time. But didn't they use Cyborg a lot more in this movie?
Yeah. Cyborg stole this movie.
They used him quite a bit. I think that it's like they used the minor characters more, like Cyborg and the Flash. They used you saw a lot more of them in this version.
Well, I hope so. It's another 2 hours long.
Well, I know, but in the original, if I remember, it was mainly just Batman, Superman, Aquaman, and Wonder Woman, and there were these 2 extra guys.
Yeah.
Well, Aquaman wasn't even really used too much. It was mostly Batman and Wonder Woman.
Right.
But every character kind of got their 30 minutes, an hour of screen time. A little bit of a backstory on them than Batman or Wonder Woman recruiting them.
And of course, my favorite line of the movie is when the Flash asks Bruce Wayne what his superpower is. I'm rich. Yeah. That's exactly what he said.
I liked how they actually showed the friendship between them. Like at first, they don't really work that well together, and the Flash actually is like, "This isn't working together, guys." Like when they're getting that first fight with Steppenwolf,
right?
And by the end, they're like working so well together, like they don't even really need to communicate. Like they have built their rapport together.
And it was good to see Jared Leto in it.
Yeah, he actually had a part at the end. The last 30 minutes of Superman's or Batman's dream, that was what they reshot. The only part they reshot for this movie. The rest of it was all originally what Zack Snyder had shot before his daughter passed away, unfortunately, and they brought Josh Whedon in to finish it.
So here's the question. This is the question I want to know. Could this have been released at the theater as a 4-hour movie? Or would they have had to cut it into 2 parts?
They would have had to cut it into 2 parts. I do not think the regular movie-going audience would sit there for 4 hours in a movie theater.
And then if they split it into 2 parts, I feel like it would have to be maybe a little bit longer than 4 hours. Because then a 2-hour movie is kind of a little too short.
No, it is not. That's the problem with movies these days. They're too damn long.
I think if they had, I think they could have done the whole 4 hours in one movie. I mean, people, those fans that already watched it and wanted to watch it, they would have went to the movie theater if that was.
I think so too.
But you're not trying to just get them though. You want to get everybody, or as many people. You want to reach as wide of an audience as you can.
But I mean, would you say those people that wouldn't have gone to the movie theater to watch a 4-hour movie watched it already that opening weekend on HBO Max? Because I don't think they would have.
I don't think people have HBO Max to really say.
Well, how long is the original? Let's see here.
2.5 hours, I think.
No, the original's only 2 hours long. So there you go. You could have split it into a double shot of 2 hours long. Yeah, this is 4 hours and 2 minutes. You could have easily just made a 2-hour movie. And I mentioned that. Remember, we was talking about Godzilla versus Kong. It's only an hour and 53 minutes. So
that seems short. Honestly, that seems really short.
That's just enough time. You don't need that. Now, then all you're doing is then adding in scenes of Godzilla walking through the water.
Now the question is, will there be enough light?
No, that's my biggest fear.
It's not. It's going to be another 30-minute action scene where I can't see anything other than flashes of light.
I mean, I think the lighting wasn't too bad when I watched clips of Godzilla fighting all the other monsters in the last one. I think like Mothra and stuff.
That was
dark,
but it was still dark.
I feel like the glowing helped though.
No, it didn't.
No, I
felt like it was so dark, and it was all rainy and clouds and everything was just. It was like that battle episode in Game of Thrones. Remember the big
get the
battle?
fuck out of here.
It's exactly what it was like. Couldn't see anything.
I don't want to talk about
Why does
that.
Godzilla always choose to fight in the pitch black?
That's my problem. He's either a blip on the
You can't see
radar
the
or
scale
he
size
fights in
of
the
it.
dark. Now, because they use that CGI argument, but that's crap because Kong Skull Island was all daylight,
Yeah, and that movie was really good.
and I enjoyed that. So I'm hoping that this is going to be more daylight.
Okay, so well, are we going to talk spoilers about Snyder Cut?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to say, like, I think what really like made the difference is like character development. Like you're more interested in each character, and you feel like there's stakes that like the stakes of the world. Like the world will like fucking go to shit if they don't do something. But I like what I like. One of the things that really stood out for me, it was all the character intros, from Wonder Woman to Cyborg, Flash, not really, and Aquaman. I mean, yeah, Batman and Superman, cool, but those first four I just mentioned, they were top notch. I loved the way they introduced them and the music that they added to it, and yeah, I thought it was really cool. I liked it a lot. And all the slow-mos.
There was like one or two slow-mos that weren't needed, but
I didn't even pay attention to this. You guys were talking about slow-mos in the chat room, and I was like, "What are they even talking about?" Because I didn't really even notice that many slow-mos.
There's a couple scenes where people were just like like the Wonder Woman intro when the cops like arrived at that bank. The cops, it's like slow-mo staring at the building at one part.
Oh, okay.
I think the coolest part of that intro was her deflecting the bullets, and it played it like in real time too. It didn't slow mo anything like really at that time. It's like
Is that what she did? That's what she bounced across the thing.
Yeah. When she was
yeah.
just kind of like rolling across all the hostages when he was shooting automatic. That was really cool. I also like the redesign of Steppenwolf.
Yes.
So, Steppenwolf was the star. He was really the star. I really liked the way they did him, or Zack Snyder. I like the way he kind of told his story too, because you almost felt sorry for him. You wanted him to like succeed.
He wasn't just a whiny child like in the Josh Whedon cut.
Yeah. And then what? Like I stood up from my chair when I saw Green Lantern. I was fucking ecstatic. Him and Martian Manhunter. When I saw them, I was like, "Let's go!" I was so happy.
Very beginning, or when they were telling the story of the fight against Darkseid.
Yeah. Every time I saw Green Lantern, I was like, "Hell yeah!" And Martian Manhunter.
But they haven't brought.
Love Martian Manhunter.
They need to remake the human Green Lantern because they only saw the alien one.
Yeah, unfortunately that Green Lantern movie, it probably shouldn't be on shelves or available to rent.
Remember, Ryan Reynolds went back in time and killed himself before he accepted that movie.
Yeah.
So
I know they make fun of it in The Big Bang Theory. I never saw it because I heard it was really bad. So
yeah.
Like I was gonna say, would you say Ryan Reynolds was the reason that movie was bad, or you think it was just bad writing?
No,
it was the bright side movie.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that movie sucked, but it had some good parts.
What?
Green Lantern's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite heroes. He's always has been. I love Green Lantern. I don't know why, but another thing I thought about when I was watching it was like when they had what do they call those boxes? The
Mother box.
Mother box, yeah. When they first kind of it was back when they split them up or whatnot. the Atlanteans had a pretty cool place to put it, like in their little fortress down there. Same with the Amazons; they had a really cool place and they protected it. The humans were like, "Let's bury it. That'd be a good
Right.
plot." Yeah, not even 6 feet. They just said, "Oh, let's just cover it up with some dirt.
So
No one
that's
will find it."
so the boxes. So that's the basis. That's the storyline, right, of the Justice League
Yeah.
and Steppenwolf, right? That's from the comic books, right?
Yeah.
But the weird thing, it happens. The human box, or the ones that they protected, that was the last one that fucking Steppenwolf
But
had
that's
to get.
that's no different than the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
They're not as powerful as the Infinity Stones.
I just see a resemblance there, and I was like,
Yeah.
was
What
that
Darkseid is after is basic. Darkseid,
Who-
the reason he wants Earth for the that equation or whatever he wants, that
The
is
anti-life equation.
yeah, the anti-life equation. I can't believe I can't remember that name. That's basically as powerful as the Infinity Stones. He can control all life and all of creation, like all realities. I love how they showed how powerful Darkseid was, like in that sequence when he's fighting the old gods and the Amazons and all the humans and all that stuff.
Yeah. That was a really cool scene. I like that. What was your guys' favorite fight scene? Because mine was Superman and Flash.
anything
That
that
little
involved
tidbit
Wonder
you get,
Woman?
that was kind of one of my favorites.
I think I liked when my favorite scene was when they're following the Batmobile to the thing, and they all are like saying
yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
No, just anything with Wonder Woman in it. That's just
Gosh.
I'm in love with Wonder Woman.
And the Superman versus Steppenwolf, that was a good one too. I like. He just shows up and says, "Hey, I'm Superman." Whack, whack, whack.
It just shows the power difference between Superman and everybody else. Like they could barely fight Steppenwolf, and Superman just comes in and is like, "Hey, how's it going?"
I wrote this down. I just put headbutt battle. I forget what headbutt battle. I forget when that happened.
That was when Wonder Woman was trying to hold Superman back, and
okay. They like headbutted each other like twice, and then he was like, "All right, take this," and just fucking nailed her.
That was in the original cut, wasn't it?
I thought so. Yeah. So
do you think they could have cut this up? I was thinking this when I was watching it. Do you think they could have cut it up in like 4 mini episodes or something? It would have worked. Like a mini series.
yeah, I think anything they could have cut up would have been okay. Now, it would. I had to take a break anyway. Like I took a break 3 hours into it or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm sure a lot of other people did. But I mean, yeah, 4 hours just sit there and just focus on it or whatnot, or try to pay attention to it would be okay.
Yeah, you're gonna
Now,
lose.
they
focus
still
in a while.
still divided it in chapters. Like,
Yeah.
was it 6 chapters or something they did?
Mm-hmm.
So even though like a scene went on, it just kind of cut and said chapter 2 or chapter 3, and then it went on. Like, so it's like, so that that's the end of it. But they probably could have done it in episodes. I'm sure they could have found a way just to keep, and it'll also keep a story together for people that take a couple days to watch it. But
It took me a couple days to watch it. I kept falling asleep. I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta.
I think I had to take a break like at an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes in, something like that, because I had to go to work, and then I watched it the next day.
Doesn't that help prove my point that 4 hours is a little long?
But if you go to
All
a
of you
theater,
had to-
it's different
all
than
of you
being in
had
a
to
movie.
take
It's
breaks.
different. You could go to the theater. They could have had an intermission, and then you could have came back and watched the movie. I really believe that. I went to see The Godfather, And I just sat there straight through the whole movie and watched it. And it goes fast when you're in a theater for some reason. I mean, Gone with the Wind, it's long and it has an intermission in between.
There's less distractions when you're in the movie theater.
I think so, yeah, because you're not allowed on your phone. And, it's much, I'm finding it much easier to watch a big movie like that at the theater than on the television screen.
I saw Force Awakens and Last Jedi back to back when Last Jedi came out, and that kind of flew by.
See, they don't do double features anymore, man. When I was a kid, this ages me, but you could go to the movie theater downtown Kokomo. It's called the ISIS, and for $1, you could see a double feature. We saw Superman 2 and Raiders of the Lost
Or
Ark.
$1. It just shows how old you are.
No, but it was Superman 2 and Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it would like do double shot. And
You guys remember the
so
$5 movie theater at the Markland Mall?
yeah,
I thought it was just $1.
I thought it was $5 theater.
I'm pretty sure it was just $1.
Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
But yeah, I remember going there on a field trip or whatnot to watch a movie, and it was in bad shape.
the Markham Mall.
It
There
definitely was.
Torn down, that old one.
Now it's Chipotle and the Jump Zone or whatever.
Yeah, Chipotle, the Jump Zone, and there's like a nail salon on the inside.
Yeah. When I was in high school, I knew a guy that worked at the theater, and he would either let me in for free or I could buy a drink at the ice cream shop in the mall, and I could take my drink into the movie. He didn't care.
I knew a guy that worked at the movie theater that would get me in for free sometimes.
Yeah, you, right? No.
Yeah, it was me.
No,
You'd mostly get Zach in for free because he's the one that always asks first.
Yeah, he exploited me.
He exploited you.
Yeah, he took advantage of it. I don't care.
I always wanted to work at the movie theater until like I met you and you were like, it kind of sucks.
So explain to people, like this could be a TikTok. 5 reasons why you don't want to work in a movie theater.
I guess if you like popcorn, it's kind of like working at fast food. So like if you like that fast food and you end up making it, you won't like it anymore. And that's the same with popcorn. Like I never really liked popcorn when I was working there. Now I can tolerate it, but so there's one.
So you could have all the popcorn you wanted, or you just didn't like eating.
Yeah, I mean, I could eat popcorn there, yeah, but I
Right.
just didn't feel like it because you're around it all the time.
Okay.
It gets pretty warm back there. I mean, and it got annoying. Like some of the customers, that's at every job though.
I don't say that's
Really?
everywhere.
Yeah. Put me on the spot. 5 things is. Let's just say that's 2. I mean, oh
Did you have to work holidays?
yeah. I don't think he got holiday pay. I don't think he did.
Because I've
You work
been to
weekends.
right nights, weekends, and
nights.
holidays, and I mean like major holidays like Thanksgiving and
Yeah,
Christmas.
those are usually the busiest times. Too.
Right, because people, yeah. I mean, I went to see Wonder Woman this past Christmas.
Yeah.
And last year I saw Star Wars, so.
Yeah.
So you have to work every holiday, major holiday.
Summers are usually busy, and that's when you kind of want to, as a being, because it's a good high school job, of course. Like I probably wouldn't work there now. It sucks. But yeah, like and then you want to go out and have a good summer when you're not in school or something, but you're working all summer. But that could be any job.
But you get free movies.
Yeah. Of course,
But
the
who wants
benefits.
to go to the movie on your day off when you're
Yeah,
working
right.
time?
Yeah.
It's like working at the gym. Who wants to go work out at the gym when you were there all day, all week?
Yeah.
I worked at a theme park in Florida, and it was the same thing. I didn't want to go. I could get in for free whenever I wanted, but why? Because I worked there,
What theme
It
park?
takes- Silver Springs.
Never heard of it. It was an action park.
No, it's not actually. No, it
if
was
it
like
ain't Action Park, I ain't interested.
it was. It's the. They had the world famous glass bottom boats there. And,
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Okay, well there you go. I worked there. So They filmed Tarzan movies there, and they filmed The Creature of the Black Lagoon in the water there. So whenever you see the original creature from the Black Lagoon, it was filmed in Silver Springs.
I can't believe my phone just randomly downloaded Class Action Park. I swear I was at work,
it's like
just
Big Brother.
walking around. I was just walking around at work, like getting patients and stuff like that, and then all of a sudden my phone vibrates and it's like download complete, and I was like, for what? And I look and it was like, oh,
I think that's
Class
a
Action
sign.
Park.
I think that's a sign you have to open an action park.
Should I open it the same way?
Yes, dangerous as hell.
Yeah. You guys are all gonna be my employees.
I will work there. I don't even care.
Can I be the one to tell people that their kid died because he fell outside the park and hit his head?
Hit his head on the rock.
It wasn't the ride, it was the rock.
Who's gonna do the wiring in the?
I'll.
I know nothing about wiring. I could do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it inside water.
If you don't know what Action Park is, look back one of our first episodes. We review the documentary about this,
and then go watch it because it's
Class
fantastic.
Action Park is so good. It's one of my favorite. It was up there with Tiger King as far as awesome documentaries from last year.
Like, I'm not even a documentary guy, and I was like glued to my screen.
At least until the end, like when they actually start talking about the tragedy.
Yeah, it was. I knew they were gonna have to slow it down at some point. And put
you
that,
can't
like,
have all that. You can't have all that mayhem and high, wackiness going on forever.
Yeah,
but that was the '80s, man. It describes the '80s perfectly. Because even our local pool here at the seashore, we had high dives out in the 9-foot section. The 9-foot section was in the middle of the swimming pool. It was a big round circular pool.
Yep.
And then they had diving boards. And if you wanted to be cool, didn't matter how old you were, you had to jump off that high dive and you had to do something. You couldn't just, if you wanted to be the pussy, you went over and, jumped off the low board on the other side. But all the cool people jumped off the high dive. So, yeah, you had to prove your mettle there for sure. Kind of like those kids did at Class Action Park.
Yeah. The rope swing, the Tarzan swing, I believe was the...
Yeah.
The one where they
dislocated shoulders.
And people would just be like mooning as they do flips. And
that's
girls
awesome, isn't it?
Come off. And they'd be like, pussy! Like, nobody was like, hey, stop calling that injured person a pussy. No. Nope.
The freaking
not a
Class
Action Park.
That is so true. So that is so typical '80s because I can remember like you get hurt like playing football or whatever. Get up. Quit being a pussy, dude. Just come on. Oh, what, you're gonna go home and cry to mommy? Don't ever come back ever again. No, you got up and rubbed some dirt on it, and I don't care if your finger was hanging off your hand. You went back and played. That was just the rules of the,
I mean, if your finger was hanging off of your hand, then maybe I'd give somebody a pass to go home and cry to mommy. But
it was rough back then, man. It was so rough. I wouldn't trade it for the world.
I would.
Yeah, that's for sure. 'Cause you're a freaking millennial, afraid of everything.
Shut up.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
But speaking of Tiger King, his husband filed for divorce. So anybody listening that is attracted to the Tiger King, he is going to be a single man very soon, even though he's in prison.
Single and ready to mingle, but not for long. You better put his hand in somebody's back pocket real quick.
Oh, no.
Exotic Joseph Passage, he's getting divorced. So
is it bad that I never watched that because all I heard about
travesty that you've never watched it?
I feel like I watched it from the memes.
No, you have to watch it. It is that good.
We really missed an opportunity during the shutdown with
I
that.
know. That's what my complaint. I got outvoted because, I was abrasive and, conservative. I don't, but, yeah, we missed big time. We missed the window on that one. God. So,
Oh, with the old podcast?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That took me a while. Sorry. I was like, what? I watched it. Okay.
Did you guys see the Suicide Squad trailer? It looked really good.
I've seen a trailer, but I didn't see the one you shared because.
Yeah, it just dropped today.
Really? I'll have to check it out then.
I feel like at least the trailer explained more, like why this is like. I guess maybe like how they keep these villains in check, and then like why they are formed, and then what the past movie did. Because like when I remember watching the first Suicide Squad movie, like it seemed like they didn't explain it very well why they kind of formed the Suicide Squad, and like really like how they keep it in check. Besides the witch, I knew that lady had the heart, but
I enjoyed that
Actually,
movie. I really
I didn't
liked
know they had a
Suicide Squad.
trigger to blow up their freaking skull.
Yes, that was in the first movie.
I don't remember that. But
Yeah, they show him putting it in and saying,
Yeah.
"Don't break the rules or we blow your head up."
He probably got once they showed Margot Robbie getting in her freaking Harley Quinn outfit, he went blind and he don't even remember the rest of the movie probably.
Probably.
That's my theory.
It sounds like a sound theory.
It's a good theory. I had to see the movie twice just because of that scene. So
well, at least it seems like the trailer, like this new Suicide Squad movie, is gonna have a lot of humor in it. I mean, they packed that trailer full of humor. That was kind of funny.
I'm excited. I liked the first one. I thought the first one was really good, and I thought the Harley Quinn movie was really good. So
the Lady Bird, that one.
yeah,
I never watched
Birds
it.
of Prey. It's
Birds of
really
Prey, there
good.
you go. Yeah, I
The
never watched it.
Snyderverse really needs to come back.
Yeah,
Like
Was
they
that,
need to.
you said Snyderverse?
Yeah,
Who made the first?
that's who's. It's his universe for DC. That's what they call it, the Snyderverse.
Oh, yeah, I like Snyderverse.
I want a verse named after me. Wonder what I can create. The branch verse. It is the branch verse.
all disputes solved by racing.
All the what?
All disputes solved by racing.
There we go. I'll figure it out.
Oh wait, never mind. That already exists.
What?
That's the
Fast and
Furious movies.
It was like racing in like 2 of those movies, wasn't there? Was it only 2?
What?
Racing. It was only in the first 2.
Like physical racing, like I would
Yes.
say
It was the first
Tokyo
2.
Tokyo Drift.
The first
Maybe
one.
maybe the first 3.
Okay, so it's the first 3. Okay.
Yeah, with Fast and like with the Too Fast, Too Furious.
Too Fast, Too Furious. That was a good movie.
It was. I mean, I
Great
feel like
name.
they were all pretty solid movies. It was just once they started to get like 5, 6, 7, and The Rock got involved.
Well, I still like the one where they go to Brazil and drag that.
The Brazil
one.
one's
Oh
the
yeah,
best
I
one.
love
That was
I
one
love
of my
that one too.
favorite movies.
I just think that's when it started to get like a little on the ridiculous side.
Oh, it did get ridiculous after that. The way they're balancing on the side
But
of a car, is it flying off of a cliff at 150 miles an hour?
Would they just carry in that safe and it's just like destroying the city?
Right? I love that movie. I love that. That was a fun movie. But yeah, after that it got ridiculous. And then what? Didn't we just go see a one last year, Chris?
Oh, Hobbs and Shaw. That one was actually pretty good.
It wasn't.
I liked it. I really liked.
That's what they
Hobbs
went to
and
Hawaii,
Shaw.
right, or whatever, and the
Yeah.
Rock's family got involved, and it was like freaking Gilligan's Island. They're making weapons out of coconuts and bamboo and palm trees, and it's just
I never got that far. I watched. I watched like maybe
Yeah, I think
half of it. Yeah. I just I lost interest. I don't know. I just
That
couldn't
didn't
sit
really
down.
happen with the bamboo and the coconut.
It didn't have Vin Diesel in it. That's why.
Because
I
Vin Diesel
needed-
and The Rock hate each other.
I needed family. It didn't have family.
Yeah, it did at the end. With The Rock's family.
I didn't watch.
Me familiar.
I needed the Torettos.
Have a Corona because it's the only beer. Enjoy that Corona. It's Vince's. You banging my sister? Okay, he didn't really say that, but
My favorite. Okay. Since we're talking about Fast and Furious, we talk about The Rock. I gotta say, my favorite part was like I don't know if it was improv or like they added it in there somehow, but it's when is it Tyrone? I want to say Tyrone, but that's probably Tyrese. There you go. God damn it. Sorry, I'm racist. Not really.
You heard it first, folks.
I just generic black guy's name. Tyrese. He was like, "You got enough baby oil on you?" Talking to Dwayne, and he's like,
Yeah.
or something. He said something about his fucking head, his bald head, or
he's
something.
like, you got a big enough forehead?
Yeah,
No, that was
there you go.
improv because Ludacris
Yeah.
loses. It does a spit
Yeah.
take. That was improv,
that's
but
right.
they left it in the movie.
That was definitely that was a good part. I love that part.
I like me some Ludacris.
That blueberry yum yum.
Blueberry yum yum.
And I guess we've got another Fast and Furious movie coming out soon once we're allowed to like live again. Is there another one?
Yeah, with John Cena.
Oh, great.
He's Dom's brother.
Da, 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 da.
But we can't see him.
It's got a great flow.
So John Cena. Wow. It won't be good till they put Matt Damon in one, I'm just saying.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. I just wanted to say that. It's in the what was it?
Yeah,
Team
America.
World Police.
Dude,
Durga.
Oh God, I need to watch that movie again.
He's going down Durga Muhammad Street.
Dude, I remember. Well, we were definitely in high school, or I was, not Chris, old Chris.
I was like, we're the same age, Mikey.
Yeah. We were definitely in high school when that happened, and we were so immature that we were rolling on the floor laughing, can't breathe
I mean,
when they were having sex.
I'm 28 and I
It was
still
just
think
like-
that
It was just like
I'm still on the floor
yeah,
laughing.
right? But it was just like puppets, and they're just flailing around. Oh man.
How come that's not on HBO? They got South Park, which you guys saw what episode I was watching the other day, right? I posted that in the chat room.
2004? That was before high school. Holy shit.
Cripple Fight. I was watching Cripple Fight the other day. I love Team America. They blow up like Paris.
Don't worry,
on-
you're saved.
I think
It's
it's
on
on
Hulu.
Hulu.
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
Hulu. Amazon Prime.
I can get it on my TV. So. I bet. I love that movie.
Did you guys see that the guys that made Rick and Morty made a new show on Hulu? It's called
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites. I'm gonna start watching that when I get back to my place.
When you're allowed.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to watch Futurama when I'm here.
Why?
Futurama is like the greatest show ever.
It is
Why can't you watch it?
because she said so.
Oh, you know, that's how it starts, Chris. I'm just telling.
And
As a
so
man
it
who's-
begins.
As a man from multiple divorces, I'm telling you, it's how it starts. It starts with the TV show. Then it starts with clothes you wear. Then it's that everything that they found cute about you, they can't stand it anymore.
She's got to do something about that beard. Maybe get you a hair transplant. Maybe she can give you some of her hair from her head and fill in those missing spots I saw.
Damn, he's dead.
He's
I'll
dead.
talk to you guys later. You can call
Killed
me
a man.
Patrick.
Tim just killed a man.
Oh.
That's like the worst. That's like you can't attack a man's beard. Even yeah,
All
Nah,
except that it looks bad.
he said he
Don't
cut it
call
a little short. It's okay.
I did trim it too short.
And they still hired you?
Yeah. I still got the job, and I start Monday.
It's because we can't find anybody without, a DUI or a felon.
Oh.
That's the only reason they hired me, I think, was because I didn't have a felon or a DUI. So
They're like, we're looking for someone not addicted to crack and that's hardworking. Well, I am hardworking. No.
I remember being interviewed, and the lady that interviewed me, she's like, "Do you have any felons?" I'm like, "No." Oh, really? Like she was like excited that I didn't have any felonies. So they must get a lot of people with felonies. A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a city job, so not saying it's a bad thing, but they kind of get probably more people like that.
Yeah.
I always hated the people that would like apply to the gym and be like, "Hey, I got a felony. Does that matter?" And I'm like, "Not to me, but it goes to a third party, and then they give us a yes or no."
I remember when I worked at this drugstore.
I mean, it depends on what the felony is, because I mean, you steal a car, it's a felony.
When I was working at a drugstore, I worked at this drugstore in Florida, and it was kind of set up like CVS is, with the register at the front of the store there next to the front door. And she's like, "Can I have a job application?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So she gave her a job application. She's like, "Do you know where the aspirin is? Where can I get aspirin?" I'm like, "It's on the back wall, right next to the pharmacy counter. You should see it there." "I got to walk all the way back there?" "Bitch, you just asked for a job application. Now you won't walk behind to the back of the store."
You're going to be walking everywhere soon.
I know. It's not like our store was big anyway. I mean, it wasn't that big of a store. So it ain't like Meijer or Walmart, It's a small drugstore. It was smaller than the CVS's and stuff you see now because we were in a shopping plaza. So, needless to say, I don't even think she returned the job application.
Yeah, because she was like, "Damn, this store is so big."
She's like, "I gotta walk this application into the front door, That's okay. I don't need this job."
Not worth it.
Nope.
Anyone have anything else, or is that are we gonna call it?
No. Well, we need a shower thought from.
Oh yeah, we need an actual shower thought this time, other than me.
Yeah.
Failing at it.
Here we go.
I have a shower thought. Mikey.
No, damn it.
No, that's it. It was just Mikey. I just think of you in the shower. So go ahead.
Oh God.
It's just bad.
Well, if you want, never mind.
What?
Want some physical, evidence? Want some pictures? DM me. Okay. Shower thought. Here we go. Humans spend the first 18 or more years of their lives getting caught up to speed about what the other humans have been doing for the past few thousand years.
Okay. Well, there you
go. Okay.
I agree with that. I concur.
Tim?
Right. Tim, you got to send this out. Don't forget, we're on Spotify and all that shit.
iTunes and TuneIn.
Can I add one more? I didn't feel like
iTunes, Spotify, TuneIn, and YouTube. Hi, Mr. Thumbs Down Guy. We look forward to seeing you.
All right, Mikey. One more. Redeem yourself.
All right. I should start including 2 shower thoughts because there's a bunch of them. I like them. everything in the universe is either a potato or not a potato.
I love that.
That's a good one.
That is awesome.
Yeah, yes, I redeemed myself.
That is a
yes.
true statement.
That's my favorite one right there.
Yeah.
Put that on a shirt.
Oh
Drinks up there
man.
with the thrower.
Good. I feel good about that. I feel good. We can end it now. We can end it now.
Thank you, everybody, for sticking with us all the way to the end. You can check us out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and TuneIn, wherever you find your favorite podcast. Hopefully, it's Who's Your Nerds podcast. And as always, check us out, and you'll never wonder who's your nerds.